Hey everyone, it's Diana here, and today we have a pure yoga class. This is a full class that I did with Lucy Dodson, a fellow YTC graduate from London, and I also made it for those of you who are following along from home. Go ahead and get your mat ready, maybe your firm cushion or a pillow, or if you have blocks, have them handy by you so that you can use them whenever your body's asking for it. This Restore Yoga class is going to help you reset your body with active and passive stretches and help you gain better mobility. We'll also touch base on proper alignment, breath work, and just complete mind body awareness. So, if it's an after workout for you or after a long day of work, this is a perfect class, or you can do this before getting your day started.
And all right, let's get started. So we'll begin in a comfortable seated position, and you can either sit cross-legged or sit back over the heels with a block in between the knees or a block underneath your hips, up to you. And just relax. You can even let your eyes close, hands gently over the knees, and sit with a long, neutral spine. You can maybe shrug the shoulders up towards the ears and then relax them away to remind yourself not to hold tension in the upper body. Take two full deep breaths, and on your second exhale, start to breathe in through the nose and exhale out through the nose. We're going to inhale on the count of 4 and exhale on the count of 4. Let's begin. We inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Continue 2 more rounds. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Let the breath come in through the belly, open up the ribs, lift the collarbones, and then reverse the wave back down. Soften the belly. Into the belly, open up. Exhale, soften the belly. Just checking you can still hear me. I had one headphone fall out. Great. Okay. Keep doing this wave breath through the body and reverse it back down. And then together we'll do inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. One more. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Now that we've calmed the body, just start to look internally. What is your intention for this practice today? What are you looking to work on? Are you simply looking for stillness, maybe a little bit mobility? You choose your path for this practice. So we're going to incorporate some movements with the breath. This is also known as pratapana. We'll move the spine in 6 different ways. So we'll begin with our extension, extension, and then a flexion of the spine. So open up the arms out to the side, arch the back, and let your head fall back. Exhale, tuck your chin into your chest, give yourself a nice big hug, left arm over the right. Inhale, open up, gaze up, heart to the sky. Exhale, wrap yourself around, right arm over the left. Inhale, open up. Exhale, chin to chest. Now inhale, reach your arms into the sky, lengthen your spine, bring your hands into a prayer. Exhale, release your hands down in front of your heart. Inhale, reverse your hands back up to the sky. Exhale, release your hands down by your side. Again, reach your arms up overhead and relax your hands down in front of your heart. Reverse your hands back up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, open up to the side. One more time, reach your arms overhead. This time, place your right hand behind you and left hand over your right knee. Gentle twist, gazing over the right shoulder if possible. Let the twist come from the core as much as you can. And really try to bring that right shoulder back, the left shoulder forward. Gaze back. Inhale, come back to center. Place your left hand behind you, right hand over your left knee. Exhale, gentle twist to the left. Open up the left shoulder. Keep twisting with a lengthened spine. Coming back to center, we'll do one more twist to the right. This time we'll exhale and twist a little bit deeper on the exhale. Deep breath. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to your left. Deep breath. Inhale back to center. Place your right hand by your side, by your right hip, and pin your right elbow into your side body. Reach your left arm up and over and let yourself bend into your elbow. As low as you can, but keeping the chest nice and open, gazing up towards the sky. Try to bring your left hip down, sitting evenly across the sit bones. Let your chest open up and gaze past the left arm. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, leave your left hand down by your side and bend towards your left, stretching the right side of your body. Open up your chest. Take a deep breath. Inhale back overhead. We'll do one more to the right. Exhale. Twisting open. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. Exhale, bend to your left. Great. You're going to reach both arms up to the sky and just reach as high as you can. Feel the extension in each vertebra. Then lower your hands down in front of you. If you're sideways on your mat, you might want to come the long way. Uncross your legs and send your knees back underneath your hips. We're going to focus on the feet as well. I know a lot of times we tend to neglect the feet, so we're going to add some toe stretches. So here, tuck your toes. Make sure you're trying to evenly tuck all of them. Maybe bring your pinkies into the mix if you need to manually adjust them. And sink your hips back over your heels. Inhale, arch your spine, gaze up towards the sky. Exhale, round forward, shifting your weight forward, tucking your pelvis, tuck your chin. Exhale, sink it back towards the hips. Gaze up. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, sink it back, arch your spine, gaze up. Nice and steady. Inhale, forward. Exhale, elongate that exhale as you sink down. One more. Inhale, round forward. And exhale, let yourself sink back over the heels. We'll incorporate some circular motion, so we'll go counterclockwise and clockwise. As you sink your heart down, let your neck flex upward or extend upward. And then exhale to round the spine. And we'll go the other way, as if you're doing cat and cow, but in a circular motion. And let's come to a still position. Sit back over your heels with your toes tucked. And just sit here for a second, feeling the stretches in the toes with this long spine. Hands can stay relaxed over your lap. Take a deep breath. This could be very stressful for some people, so you just stay here for as long as you'd like. Let your feet gain some stretches in the toes, which will further help you with balance and arches in the feet and strength. Then lean yourself forward, untuck your feet, and sit over your heels. Lean your weight to your left side, bring your left hand down by your hip, and gently lift your right knee, flexing or extending your ankle. So you should feel a stretch at the top of the ankle there. Maybe add some weight over that heel, and then shift your weight to the right side. We'll do the same thing with the left. Great job there. Let's see if we can try both knees. This requires a little bit of core work, so just place your hands a little bit behind the knees towards the center of the thighs and lean yourself back, lifting the knees up. Stay here for just a second and release down. Good job. Lean yourself forward. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, send your hips up and back, a downward facing dog. We're here in our first downward dog. So go ahead and separate your feet as wide as your hips. Separate the toes. Gaze up at your hands. If you lean forward, you should see even creases in the wrists. Fingers are spread wide and your middle fingers are pointing forward. Try to bring your arms in line with your back and relax your neck. Option to pedal out the legs if you need to warm up your hamstrings. We're just going to do a little light warm up for the stretches that will follow. Listen to your body. If you want to bring your torso closer to your thighs, bend the knees and sink down a little bit deeper, pushing away with your hands. Great job, Lucy. Keep on going there. Always come back to your breath, so you can inhale through the nose for 4 seconds and exhale for 4 seconds, creating that ocean-like sound from the back of the throat. We'll do one deep breath together and then we'll move forward. So inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Good job. We'll inhale, come up onto the tippy toes, bend your knees out wide, gaze at the front of the mat. Step to the front of the mat in a halfway lift. So with a flat back, bend those knees, hands on the mat or on your shins, and squeeze your scapula together. Gaze forward. Exhale, fold forward, catch your elbows. Let yourself sway right to left, keeping those knees slightly bent, or trust yourself to lean forward a little bit more, extending those knees. Make sure your head is relaxed. And then you'll release your hands down to the ground, bend the knees a little bit more, bring the tailbone down, and slowly round up like a rag doll, vertebra by vertebra. Last thing to come up is the shoulders and then your head. Immediately, you'll bring your arms up to the sky. Inhale, hands in a prayer. Exhale, lower your hands down in front of your heart. Go ahead and interlace the last 3 fingers, pointing up your steeple mudra to the sky. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, draw the fingertips to the right side. Bump your hips out to the left. Maybe your toes come to touch, or you can keep them hip distance apart, up to you. Open up through the chest and gaze past your left arm. Then inhale back overhead. Exhale, draw the fingertips to the left side. Side bend. Press into the big toes, the right and the left side. Grip your toes into the mat. Inhale your hands back overhead. Exhale, release your hands down to your lower back, pointing your fingertips downward. Bring your elbows towards each other. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Make sure your feet are now separated hip distance apart. Gently bump your hips forward. Bring your heart up towards the sky, chest up, and let your head relax back. Your head can stay parallel to the sky, or if it's accessible to you, you can bend a little bit more, gazing towards the back of the room. Inhale back to a neutral spine. Exhale, let your hands slide down the backs of your thighs. Forward fold. Wing your elbows out, bend those knees, and let yourself hang here for a second. You're going to go ahead and step your right foot back. Let your left foot come about 45 degrees and bring the heel down. Bend through the right knee in a 90-degree bend, keeping the right knee over the ankle. And just cartwheel your arms up to the sky. Your hips are open to the left side, warrior two. Lean back towards your right a little bit more. And bring your right knee a little bit more outward, making sure that the knee is in the direction of the toes. You can adjust your stance if you feel like you're a little bit too close. You want to be about 3 feet apart. Gaze towards your right and lower your shoulders away from your ears. Nice open hips. We're just warming up the legs a little bit before we go into our stretches. And take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, hinge towards your right. Bring your right forearm to your front knee. Left arm comes up and over to create a diagonal line with the body. Here, using your right elbow to push yourself away from your right knee. Try your best not to rely on it too much. Don't collapse your chest in towards the bicep. The left arm is very, very straight towards the right, but let your chest open up and gaze up towards the sky. Option to lower your fingertips inside of your right foot over your mat or your block, up to you. And open your chest. Inhale to come back up through warrior two. Flip your right palm, scoop that right hand up and over and slide your left hand down your left leg. Reverse your warrior. Make sure you're deepening through that right knee a little bit more. And feel the stretch in that right side body. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, cartwheel your hands back down to the ground and pivot your back foot up. Send your right foot back to meet your left. In a quick high plank here, wrists underneath the shoulders, fingertips spread wide. Feet should be hip distance apart. Slightly dome your shoulders, a little bit grounding in the upper body, but keep your hips in line with your back. Take a deep breath. Shift your weight forward, bend the elbows into the body, either halfway or let yourself go all the way down to the earth. If you're going all the way down to the earth, untuck your feet and take a quick little back bend of your choice. Hands in by the wrists and release. Inhale, push your hands into the mat and lift your hips off the ground, press into the tops of your feet, squeeze your shoulder blades. Stay here for just a second, feel the stretch in the lower spine. Exhale, roll over your toes, send your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale, you're going to gently reach the left leg up towards the sky and round yourself forward to bring your left foot between your hands. Pivot your back foot down about 45 degrees. Great, and take as many steps as you need to bring your left foot between your hands. Cartwheel your hands up to the sky and bring your arms out to a T. Hips are now open to the right side. I'm going to flip this way so you can see me. And we're going to do a quick warrior here, warming up the left side. Deep, deep breath. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, hinge at your left hip. Left forearm to front thigh. Right arm up and over. Create this diagonal line with the body. Beautiful, Lucy. Take a deep breath, gaze up towards the sky. Option to lower the fingertips inside of the left foot. Then inhale, come back up through standing. Flip your left palm and reverse your warrior. Slide your right hand down the right leg and gaze up. Inhale, let's come back through warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the ground. Pivot your back foot up. Send your left foot back to meet your right. Shift your weight forward and lower all the way down to the earth. Untuck your feet, slide your hands down by your ribs, pin your elbows in, and gently lift up through your chest, gaze forward. Exhale, lower your left cheek to the mat. Bring your hands slightly more forward and extend those elbows out a little bit more. Exhale, lower your right cheek down to the ground. Then this time, hands underneath the shoulders, bring your feet to touch. Press into the tops of your feet. Lift your hips off the ground and squeeze your shoulder blades together, upward facing dog. Exhale, push away for downward facing dog. Step your feet to the middle of the mat, hip distance apart. Bring your hands to meet your feet. Bend those knees and lift up halfway. If it's accessible to you, go ahead and extend those knees up a little bit more. But keep a nice flat back. Then we're going to slide our palms underneath our feet until the toes meet the creases of the wrist. Let your toes massage the creases of the wrist to remind yourself to lean forward a little bit more and trust yourself. Option to stay here with the flat back or take a forward fold, winging your elbows out. Deep breath here. And inhale to lift halfway, bend the knees, release your hands, and slowly rise. Lovely. We're going to open up sideways to the mat, about 2 feet distance, maybe about a meter, how they would say in London. Bring your arms out. And just to measure this, we want our feet to be kind of underneath your elbows, so you can tell for your body. And kind of open up your feet, maybe not so parallel. Keep your arms out to the side and hinge at your hips with a flat back. Fold forward. Maybe add a baby bend to the knees if you're feeling a lot of pressure. And let your hands fall in line with your toes or slightly out in front. Wherever you fall, let your head relax down and extend those knees out a little bit more, trusting yourself to lean forward. Bring the elbows in. Leave your hands shoulder width apart. And feel the stretch in the hamstrings here. Deep breath. Keep doing this pose. Inhaling through the nose. Lovely, Lucy. Pin the elbows in a little bit more. Great. And then we'll lift up halfway. Bring your arms out to the side. And you'll interlace your fingers behind your spine. So if you look at me, squeeze your shoulder blades together first and bring your palms to touch. The goal is to extend the elbows, but it's okay if your elbows need to stay bent. We'll go ahead and forward fold. Bring your arms away from you. Go as deep as your body allows you. Squeezing the shoulder blades together and relaxing your neck. Good job. And we'll slowly rise as if someone's pulling you up by your hands. When you come back up through standing, then bring your hands down by your pelvis and then release. Beautiful job there. Pivot your right foot open to the short end of the mat. about 90 degrees, and bring your left foot in about 45 degrees. Arms are going to come out to the side and lower your shoulders down away from your ears. You're going to hinge towards your right until you feel a slight limitation and bump your hips out towards the left. Lower your right hand down over your shin, or you can use a block. Let me use my block as an example, or hook your fingers around your big toe. Bring your left arm up in line with your right. Extend up towards the sky and open up through your chest. Gaze forward or gaze up towards your fingertips. Bring your left shoulder back. Inhale, grow a little bit taller. Exhale, open up through the chest. Sink back towards the left, making sure that you're keeping the right hip inward and the left hip out as much as you can. It's as if someone puts you flat against the wall and you're stuck. You're like a bug on the wall, can't get away. Inhale, slowly rise with straight, strong legs. Beautiful. And we'll pivot to the other side. Hinge towards your left and lower your left hand down. Reach your right arm up in line with your left. Gaze up. Open chest, open hips. Release your right shoulder away from your ears. And stay as tall as possible, but opening up through your chest, bringing your right shoulder back. Deep breath. Inhale to rise with strong legs. Stay with it. Exhale, relax. Bring your feet to the middle of your mat. And we're just going to bring our left foot back about a meter apart as well. The left foot is going to come 45 degrees. Your hips are going to be squared towards the right foot. So bring your right hip back, left hip forward, and your right toes are pointing towards the short end of your mat. Place your hands on your waist, on the soft part of your waist. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring your elbows towards each other, and allow yourself to hinge over your right leg. Pause halfway. Release your hands down to the ground. Frame your front foot. Then check in with your hips. Bring your right hip back, left hip forward. If this feels comfortable, go ahead and let yourself fold in a little bit deeper, melting your heart towards your right leg. And bring your hands towards the middle, in between your legs. Let yourself extend into this pose. The goal is not to bring your nose to your knees, but just to deepen this hamstring and melt the heart as close as possible to the front leg. If you're having trouble keeping a long spine, use your gaze towards your big toes to help you. We'll stay here for 3 deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the nose, remembering our ocean breath. Pyramid pose. If gazing at your toes is perhaps straining your neck, let your neck relax. Gaze at your foot, or your leg, I should say. And we're on our last breath here. Make sure this is a nice deep one for you. Push back towards your right on the exhale. Then inhale, we'll frame the front foot. Add a bend to your front leg and place your hands on your waist. Slowly rise up. Step your left foot forward to meet your right. Then bring your right foot back, 45 degrees. Left hip back, right hip forward, hips are squared. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and let's bring the elbows towards each other as well. Deep breath, inhale. Exhale, hinge over your left leg. Release your hands down and then let yourself fold in a little bit deeper. Place your hands wherever they're comfortable, on the mat, your block, or your shins. Just try to lengthen your spine as much as you can and sink down. If you're feeling a lot of pressure on the hamstrings or on your knees, you can add a bend to your front leg. Up to you. 2 more deep breaths in through the nose. Pause and exhale. Let's do this last one together. We inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Go ahead and frame the front foot. Add a bend to your front leg and slowly rise up. Bring your feet together. Step your left foot back. Go ahead and square your hips out one more time. And have your block handy for this one just in case it feels a lot of pressure on the hips and on the foot. Make sure that back foot is angled 45 degrees. We're going to hinge over the right leg one more time. Relax your hands down. Leave your left hand inside of your right foot and bring your right hand to your lower back. So now we're going to twist open to the right side in our revolved triangle. Keep your shoulders stacked over each other. Option to stay here or float your arm up in line with your left. Checking in with your neck, making sure you're not straining yourself, gazing up. You can gaze out to the side and try to sink back as much as you can. Option 2, widen your stance if it feels a little awkward on the shins and on your ankle. Let yourself twist into this pose with every exhale, twisting from the core. And inhale, frame your front foot. And this time you're going to bring your left foot forward, stay in a halfway lift. And bring your right foot back about 45 degrees, 2 feet distance. Leave your right hand inside of your left foot. Left hand on the lower back and twist towards your left. Extend that left knee as much as you can. Stay here or put your arm up in line with your right. That block is always there for you for an arm extension, I like to call it, is assistance. Very great job, Lucy. And we'll take 2 more deep breaths here. Gazing up. Checking in with our shoulders, making sure they're still stacked. Good job. And we'll go ahead and frame the front foot. This time you're going to bring your right foot forward. Take a halfway lift. Let yourself fold forward. Step your left foot back. Take as many steps as you need. And lower down your left knee. Adjust your right foot so that it's a little bit more out in front and you can sink down in your runner's lunge. Your foot should be underneath you to begin with. And then place your right hand and your left hand on your knee. Let yourself push away. Your left foot should be splitting down the middle of your mat. And let yourself lean back a little bit more, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. I'm going to take a quick stretch here. You just feel it on the left hip flexor, the right hip, and in the groin area. Some even feel this on the lower back. And lean yourself forward. Heel toe your right foot outside of your right hand. You're going to stay up on your hands or let yourself come down on your forearms if that's accessible to you. You have your block there as a little helper or your firm pillow. I'm feeling a little tight here, so I'm going to go over my block, and up to you. You can let your knees fall out to the side for a little bit more of a groin stretch, or bring it in towards your armpit to work on your squared hips for splits maybe. Wherever you are, just take 3 deep breaths. Maybe you're inching your left leg down the middle of the mat a little bit more, relaxing your knee. Try to elongate your spine and soften your neck. And we'll do one more deep breath together. Inhale and exhale. Press into your hands to come back up. If you have your block, you can place it off to the side. Leave your left hand here at the front of the mat. Reach your right arm back, twisting your chest open to the right side. You can stay right here or let your left knee bend a little bit and bring your hand in the direction of your toes. Bring your right shoulder back away from your ears and really try to twist from the core, opening up your chest. Option to grab hold of the foot if that feels accessible to you, or bring your hand in the direction of your foot. Wherever you are, really try to sink into this pose, but be mindful of how your body is feeling. You should never feel pain, maybe just a bit of a challenge with some foreign movements, but listen to your body. Inhale to come back to the front, so unwinding. And heel toe your foot underneath you until it's in line with your hips. There should be under, I won't say underneath your chest. It's not really accessible for everyone. So as long as that's right where your hip meets the knee, then you'll be fine. Then inhale, lift up your chest, reach your arms up to the sky, and lower your prayer hands in front of your heart. Lean back a little bit more and let yourself twist to the right side, bringing your left elbow to your right knee. Gently press your right hand down onto your left hand. I'm going to twist this way so you can see me. Bringing your elbows in opposite directions. And let's open up the chest a little bit more, gazing out to the side or past your right shoulder. Option to lift your back knee for more heat or for a deeper stretch, but that's up to you. I feel a deeper stretch in this pose in my body. Inhale to unwind, bring your hands back in front of your heart. Plant your hands down, tuck your back foot, and take as many steps as you need to bring your right foot back to meet your left in a high plank. We're going to take a quick little flow here. Take the back bend of your choice, so shift your weight forward, bend the elbows in, exhale, inhale, back bend, exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. You're going to now lift your left leg up and reach yourself, round yourself forward, plant your left foot between your hands. Relax your right knee down, untuck the right toes, and slide your right leg down the middle of the mat. Place your hands over your knees and let yourself lean back, relaxing the shoulders away from your ears. This is such a yummy stretch after a long day. I really love this one. I feel like it does wonders to my body. Stay conscious here, stay active. Breathing in as you sink down a little bit more. Deep, deep breath. And let yourself lean forward. Heel toe your left foot outside of your left hand. And you can stay up on your hands or we'll come down onto the forearms, you choose. Again, try to lengthen your spine. It's okay if it rounds very slightly, but we don't want to be hunched over. Maybe slide your right leg down the middle of the mat a little bit more. And breathe into the stretch. Deep, deep breath. In through the nose, out through the nose, or out through the mouth, you choose. Wherever you are, remember your intentions and why you chose to practice this particular style today. And always remember, it's not perfection that we're looking for, we're looking for progress. It's always progress over perfection. We'll take one more deep breath together. Inhale. And exhale it all out. Inhale, press into your hands. Come up. Open up through your chest. Leave your right hand here underneath your chest and reach your left arm back in the direction of your toes. Bring your left shoulder away from your ears. You can either stay here or let your right knee bend. Grab hold of your foot or slightly bend the knee. Up to you. It's definitely more intense to grab a hold of your foot, but if that's accessible to you, go ahead and try it. Or take a variation of both if you're working on it. Inhale to unwind, come back to the front, heel toe your left foot underneath you until it's in line with your hips. You're going to press into your left toes and lift up your chest, reach your arms up to the sky. Lower your prayer hands down in front of your heart. Lean back just a little bit more. Exhale, twist toward your left, bring your right elbow to your left knee. Gently press your left hand into your right hand. If you want to try maybe tucking the back toes this time, you can either look down, then go ahead and tuck and lift, or place your hands down and then tuck your toes and come back to your prayer pose, whatever feels the easiest for you. Remembering to pull your chest away from your right bicep by gently pressing down on the right hand with the left. Gaze out to the side. Contract your abdomen. If your knee is lifted, go ahead and lower it down. Unwind. Frame your front foot. And go ahead and take a child's pose real quick. You're going to bring your knees together, or your knees can come out wide. You choose. Come around this way. Coming back to your ocean breath. It's a very common theme because it's essential. It's the base of yoga, and I'm very sure that without the breath in this way, we would not be able to achieve such wonderful poses. Keep on breathing in through your nose. Expand the belly. Exhale. We'll take 2 more deep breaths and just feel this all out. Inhale, shift your weight up through tabletop. Bring your knees hip distance apart. Then let yourself lean forward a little bit more to lower all the way down to the earth. Bring your hands out in front as wide as the mat. Option to tent your fingers up like little spiders, and let the stretch come from the shoulders as you inch your fingertips forward a little bit more. A quick little shoulder stretch here. And before I go into a little back bend pose, I want to warm up the lower back. So go ahead and lift your arms up, lift your legs up to the sky, and hold this for 5, 4, a little bit higher, 3, 2, 1. Relax your left cheek down to the mat. Bring your arms out to the side, cactus them out, or open up your arms up wide. And lift your chest up, lift your arms, lift everything up to the sky as high as you can. And 3, 2, 1. Relax everything down, right cheek to the mat. This time you'll go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your spine, just like we did it before in wide-legged. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, pull your arms away from your body, lift your chest, lift your legs, reach up towards the sky, gaze forward. 3, 2, 1. Good job there. You can release everything down. You can either take your Superman pose again with your fingertips forward, or listen to my voice and I'll guide you into this next pose. So bend the knees, keep the knees narrow. Grab hold of your ankles. Rotate your shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And take a deep, deep breath. So inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, kick your feet into your hands. Lifting your knees off the mat. And lift as high as you can. Keep on going a little bit higher. 5, 4, 3. A little bit higher. 2, 1. Relax down to the earth. We'll take one more bow pose here. So keep your hands, your ankles in your hands, and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your chest up, kick into your hands as high as you can. A little bit higher, and relax. Good job. All right, release your feet down and place your hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to push yourself away into a quick child's pose. Catch your breath. And however you'd like, bring your feet out in front or your legs out in front. Have your block handy next to you, just in case. And we're going to lay down on our backs. Keep your knees lifted. Feet should be about hip distance apart. Reach your hands down. Make sure you can touch the heels, that they're close to your pelvis. And go ahead and press your hands into the mat. Lift your hips off the ground. As they lift, walk your shoulder blades a little bit closer together. Option to leave your hands here or interlace your hands underneath you. Press into the outer edge of the hands and lift your hips up a little bit higher. Not letting yourself drown up towards your neck. So try to extend your neck as much as you can. Keep it soft. The chest is lifted and the hips are lifted. One more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, lower your hips down to the earth. Release your hands. And you can either take that pose one more time, staying there for 4 deep breaths, or listen to my voice. I'll guide you into the next pose. So we'll begin first in our bridge pose. Go ahead and lift your hips up to the sky. And if you're staying in bridge pose, take 3 more breaths. Or if you want to try the next pose, place your hands underneath your shoulders, fingertips pointing towards you, elbows up towards the sky, and push yourself away from the ground slightly, bringing the crown of your head to the earth. My hairstyle is not letting me do that right now, so go ahead and try it. And then push up a little bit more. And you're coming into your wheel pose. Lean yourself forward in towards your shoulders. Take a deep breath. Exhale, bring your chin to chest, lower your shoulders down, then lower your hips down to the earth. Good job. We'll do one more here, so just prepare yourself. Reach down, make sure your heels are still hip distance apart, close to your pelvis. Try to keep them slightly parallel. Lift up your hips into your bridge pose. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, come up to the crown of your head. Inhale. Exhale, push away for your wheel pose and lean up towards your shoulders. Keep your neck soft. Keep your knees narrow. Take a deep breath. Exhale, tuck your chin to chest. Lower your shoulders down and lower your hips down to the earth. Great job. Immediately let your knees come up. Catch the inside of your feet for your happy baby. Knees wide. And just let yourself rock side to side. It's a great counter pose for back bends. Or you can do a simple knees to chest if that feels better. Completely up to you. If you're doing happy baby, option to extend one leg at a time or keep the knees bent. Let's together do knees to chest. Bring it in towards your body and give yourself a nice big hug, forehead to knees. And with about 2 rocks, let yourself rock to a seated position and extend your legs out in front. Let's see where we're at with time. All right. Extend those legs out in front. Flex your ankles and inner rotate your legs a little bit so that your toes are pointing up towards the sky. Sit with a long neutral spine and reach your arms up to the sky. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, hinge over your legs and let your hands fall wherever they fall. On the ankles, grab hold of your toes or your shins. Option to bend the knees very slightly to add a little soft bend to them. A little less pressure. And just let yourself fold forward as deep as you can. Wing those elbows out and relax your neck. Inhale to come up halfway. And you're going to place your right foot inside of your left thigh. So place the sole of your right foot on the inside of your left thigh. Bring your block underneath your right knee if you'd like some support there. Then reach your arms up to the sky and hinge over your left leg. Very nice. Try to lengthen your spine as much as you can. Looking good there. And relax your neck. And we'll go lifting up halfway. Fold in a little bit deeper this time. Exhale. Wing those elbows out. Inhale, come back up and switch sides. Bring your left foot inside of your right thigh. Inner rotate the right leg. Flex your right ankle. Reach up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hinge over your right leg. Let your hands fall wherever they fall. And wing your elbows out. Option to gaze at your toes or your ankle to help lengthen your spine, or simply look at your shins. Inhale to come back up, and we're going to lay down this time. So keep the knees lifted. Lay down onto your back. And here's where your block can come in handy. You can slide your block underneath your tailbone to help decompress. You hang here for a second, or let your knees come out wide with the soles of your feet touching. Some find this a little uncomfortable. Some love it better, want it better this time, this way. So up to you, you choose. block or no block, but just let your spine decompress. Stay here for 3 deep breaths. We are one pose away from relaxation, where you can do whatever you want to relax. If you're feeling a lot of pressure in the groin area, you can bring blocks underneath the knees or pillows, or choose your intensity by bringing your feet closer to your groin area or away, or further away. Then with assistance, bring your knees back up towards the sky. Press into the ground and release your block out of the way. You're going to lift your legs up to the sky and bend your knees very, very slightly. Let your feet hang however, or you can point them, flex them, up to you. And this is what we're going to do, legs up the wall. We're going to return the blood flow to the heart and just relax. Relax your shoulders, relax your face, relax your jaw. In this very last minute, it's up to you. You can continue to do this pose or add a pose that will help you complete this practice, whether that's another butterfly or happy baby. You choose. And go ahead and relax the feet back down to the earth. Extend your legs as wide as the mat. Relax your hands by your side. Relax your shoulders. Untuck your pelvis. Make sure you're laying flat on your back. Let your eyes close, and for the next couple of minutes, just focus on your breath. Focus on what feels different and all the positive thoughts. Thoughts will come and go, but hold on to the good ones. Just for a reference, you'll want to exhale or elongate your exhale for maybe about 6 to 8 seconds for maximum relaxation to really let gravity do its work. So inhale for 4, and then let the exhale go as long as you'd like. Gently start to wiggle your toes, bringing awareness back into the body. Rotate your wrists. Let one elbow bend at a time. Bring your feet to touch and reach your arms overhead, giving yourself a full body stretch. And bring your knees in towards your chest and give yourself one last big hug, forehead to knees. Make yourself very, very small. Then fall onto your favorite side. In your fetal position, going back to our roots, take a deep breath. And when you're ready, slowly come up to a seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Place your right hand over your heart and your left hand over your belly. Together, we'll do 3 rounds of ocean breath to close out this practice. And let's begin. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale for 3, 2, 1. May this practice heal and strengthen your mind and your body. I want to thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I see that divine light in you, Lucy. Thanks so much for your support. I hope to see you again in the future. Namaste.
Thank you. That was lovely, Diana.
Thank you. I'm going to stop
Really
that recording.
great.